Democratic Council Jefferson Jackson Dinner. That's right, give yourselves a big round of applause. The best part about being Democrats is that we just can't stop socializing, right? But the other thing that we do almost equally as well is we enjoy a good meal. So, if we can all find seats, we can go ahead and get started with the program. As you can see, I've just recently arrived from the royal wedding in my formal attire. I have to tell you, it was absolutely fabulous. I lost my invitation, they wouldn't let me in. But I'm in such wonderful company here in Hyannis at the Radisson, where we have once again, thanks to all of you, filled this room to capacity. Give yourselves a round of applause. But we are surrounded by so many friends here in this room that I am going to see if I can hand this offer off to one of our own, person that we have supported and helped to get elected to the Massachusetts State Senate, our good friend from the lower cave, State Senator, recently elected, Mr. Dan Wolf.
That line from Jaws, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. We keep doing this event. I think we need a bigger room, which is a good sign. That's a good sign. The distinct pleasure, and I'm going to be back a little later, so you're not done with me when I get down. I'm going to come back and speak in a few minutes. But I'm kicking this off tonight by introducing a really, really good friend. And I have to say, one of the beautiful things about getting involved as I have at this level in the last couple of years is all of the new friendships that I've made. And as I look around this room and walk around the room, I'm able to literally shake hands and embrace so many people that 2 years ago I didn't even know. So I want to thank you for that. It's good friendships, it's important friendships. And one of them, one of the most important, my friend, some people know you as David Velasco. I think it's a mistake, right?
No, I got two names.
He's got two names, okay? So that must work out well for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, David was born in do you really want me to say when you were born?
No.
Okay. David was born.
Where I was born.
David was born in Manhattan, and I'm not telling you when. Actually, you were. Yeah. I'm going to say you were born in 1940. Graduated from New York University, where my youngest daughter just was admitted and is going to be going in a few months. It's a good thing. Worked as an interior designer. You designed costumes for the Rockettes at the Radio City Music Hall, which is pretty cool. An experience he says he will never forget.
Never.
Also was on Broadway in several musicals, hits of Broadway, The Boyfriend, sang as a vocalist at many private events, has a CD called Dave Sings the Best of Sinatra, will be on sale on the way out when you leave tonight. David met our Cape and Islands Democratic leader Bob Isidore in New York in 1974. They've been partners ever since. David was named the executive committee of the Stonewall Vets, and I have to say, one of the high points for me of the last year was being asked by David to carry the banner for the Stonewall Vets in the Carnival Parade up in Provincetown. People looked at me and they were, I was carrying the banner, people were looking, applauding me and thanking me, and I said, 1969, I was 11 years old. It wasn't me, and I was pointing back to David. Anyway, so thank you for being a leader as far as gay rights are concerned in this country. It's huge. Without further ado, David Bermudez or Velasco. Your choice.
It's actually David Bermudez. That was my father's name. He was a minister. And my mother told me to change my name because I was first born Spaniard. My father was from Spain, and my grandfather, my mother was from Puerto Rico. And in Spain, first male born always takes the mother's main name. And I thought that was an honor to keep my mother's name going. I want to thank you. Thank you. And I have over here this lady sitting next to me over here, Bob Isidore's sister, Lenora. She's right over here. And carrying the love of life. I want to say first, before I say anything, you know, we do these events and all, and there's one thing that we forget. I want to thank you all for coming, taking up your time out to be here, to help us, to be involved with the Democratic Party. And I just want to say that. Thank you so much. I want to applaud you. Without having help over here, I could never do this. I'll tell you right now. I'd be right now drinking all night. Bob Isidore is so great in all the things he does, not because he's the president and all that. Knowing Bob, Bob is very giving, and he puts out a little too much. Sometimes you have to say to him, right, Vicky, sit down. But without Bob, I couldn't go this year. I don't know if it's because I became 71, I don't know. But it's just that having Bob around, not only as your president and all, but working with me, this is why all this is happening over here, because Bob stayed with it. Let's give Bob a hand. Where are you, Bob? The Radisson Hotel has been absolutely wonderful to us. I wish they had another 300. I'd fill it up. They do everything for us. Anything I want, they just come over and say, okay, okay, okay. I asked them to lower the price. They said no. But I said, okay, we'll talk next year. I'm a New Yorker, we have to dicker, But the thing is that I have a group of people that always work with me. This is my second term. Every year they get together. They're wonderful people. They work with you. They don't fight. They just do what they have to do. I tell them to do what they're doing, and it turns out absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give you their names, but I want them to stand up when I call, because people are asking, who are they? Are they ghosts? The first one is Lou Cerrone. Lou. Stand up, Lou. Still on stage. Still on stage. Where are you? Hi, Phyllis. Diane Caggiano. Stand up, Diane. Carol Gillard. Carol. Pat Lombardi. Nikki Cantrell. Now these two ladies are my partners. I mean, everything we do, from drinking to eating. Boy, you got to eat at Strapoli's house, but Italian food. And Carol, your house too. They are so great. They are with me all the time. Now Vicky says she cooks, but she hasn't done it yet. Joan Colosi, where are you? Frank Cummings. Mr. and Mrs. Paul Stroder. Where are we? Rosemary O'Brien. Rosemary! Yell, yell, yell! Where's my lovely friend Sheila Gagnon? Leslie Spears. Where are you, Leslie? Oh, and everybody knows this lady, Diane Parvin. Last year's Democrat of the Year. Give her a hand. Our photographer is Richard Terry. If you want to take pictures, you'll be on the internet, under the Democratic whatever website. Talk to this guy. Michael Blandon. He's the guy who just finished talking. Michael, where are you? This guy's fantastic. He's interviewed. Oh yeah, he's interviewed everybody. If you want to talk to Michael, please talk to Michael. Then now I want to say something. Hello. Bob Isidore, your president. A lot of you don't know that he was just voted in again for another 2 terms. There's a second term. Are you going to stand up so they can applaud you? Okay, Bob. If I forgot anybody, please, I'm sorry. I had too many drinks.
We got somebody down there.
Give me the name. I can't see. Huh? Oh, I didn't say. Oh, I'm sorry. Stand up. Lucia. Hey, Lucia, stand up one more time. Come on, please. That's Lucia. Sorry, Lucia. Now I want to say that thank you very much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And before I get off the stage, I'd like to introduce to you the president of the Cape Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Isidore.
By the way, I wasn't elected for 2 terms. It's 1 term at a time. This is my 2nd term. For a brief moment, I'd like to recognize the elected officials that are here. Our new Congressman, William Keating. State Treasurer, Steve Grossman. State Auditor, Suzanne Bump. And Suzanne sends a special message. She wants to thank every single one of you for all the hard work you did on her behalf.
That's right.
Senate President Terry Murray. Senator Dan Wolf. Our state representatives, Sarah Peak. Cleon Turner. Tim Madden. And Demetrius Atlas. Our county commissioners, Mary Pat Flynn and Sheila Lyons. Assembly of Delegates. Sounds like the whole state is here, doesn't it? Assembly of Delegates, John Oman. Mr. Potter. Our CIDC Board past President Jim Mahoney. And also our 3 Vice Presidents, Stephanie Cox, Rosemary O'Brien, and Bill Campbell. I also want to take a short moment to thank someone who has done a tremendous amount of work for the Cape and Islands Council. He is our past editor. A special thank you to Larry Fox. I'd also like to recognize Massachusetts Democratic Party Vice Chair Deborah Kozakowski. Am I saying it right? Deputy Treasurer Mike Lake. State Committee members Etta Goodstein. Nicola Chappell. Deborah Dagwan. John Lee. I'm not sure if Pat Mosco's made it, but she plans on being here. Donna Smith. And Rob Patrick. And lastly, the CIDC and our elected officials would not be anywhere without our town chairs. Provincetown Chair Jim Keefe. Adam E. Delmain. Wellfleet Terry Gibbs. Howard Ray Garfield. Steve Leibowitz from Brewster. Patrick and from And representing Yarmouth, on my behalf is our Vice Chair, Rosemary Strapoli. Sandwich, Paul Houlihan. And I forgot to mention Ron Pearson. I don't know where Ron is sitting. He's tall enough, he should be able to see him. Thank you, Ron. Okay, there are other groups, but I will mention them later on in the program. At this point, I would like to bring up to the podium Brian Carey, who would present the colors.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy and proud to be here for our second year in a row to present the colors of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the great country of the United States of America. Last year we asked you to stand during the first part of this presentation. This year we're going to ask you to stay where you are and stay seated. It'll be fine. There's no protocol of flag presentation while you're doing it. It'll just be a nicer event if we do that. So please stay seated as you are. Representing Troop 76 from Howardsport, Massachusetts, First Class Boy Scout Zachary Poole. Representing Pac 59 Yarmouth, Cub Scout, Bear Scout, Nicholas Carey. Nicholas is carrying the flag of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that was flown over the State House that was given to us by our State Rep. Cleon Turner. Representing Troop 1312 Cadets, Girl Scout, Megan Mayshell. Representing Troop 50, Yarmouth Port, Scout Christopher Carey. Representing Pac 59, Bear Scout Zachary Buckler. And as the last flag is posted, I will ask Zachary Carey, Tiger Cub from Pac 59, to introduce us to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All the Cub Scouts could go to the right, and we'll make sure you get to your parents.
I'd like to bring to the podium now Reverend Ed Flagman for the invocation.
Your Creator and Lord of all humankind, we praise your holy name. And we ask that your Spirit may move amongst us in this night. Help us to be a united people, sharing in values for those in need, and working hard that we may live in honor in this state and in the nation. We praise for those who have been elected to lead us. Guide them, strengthen them, and keep their vision clear. We pray this, O Lord, in your name. Amen.
It is my great honor to be addressing our newest elected U.S. Congressman, William Keating. Thank you so much, Bill.
Great to be here as always. I mean, it's just second year in a row we've been in this particular event and sold out again.
That's right, sold out again. We've got a great crowd. And last year I had the honor of addressing you as a candidate. This year I'm even more excited to see you as the elected official serving in the capacity of representing the Cape and Islands District all the way on up to the South Shore in the Congressional District. What are you seeing now that you're seeing things from the federal level? How has that changed your view?
Well, I've had the opportunity to even spend more time going around talking to local businesses, to individuals, trying to find out what we can do to get people back to work, get more jobs creation going, and also to find out in their own lives, what their priorities are. And we've done this in so many ways. We had a town hall conference where 2,700 people participated by phone the week before last. Yesterday I was in the Vineyard all day and had an open meeting at the Vineyard. So we have been around. We were in Weymouth this morning and we're here in the Cape tonight. So we have really been on a whirlwind tour. And it's important because this is the best way to get a sense of how we can best help. We have a lot of challenges in Washington and we have to prioritize those.
Well, and I've seen you traveling not only here in the District of the Commonwealth, but we've seen each other a few times in the District of Columbia.
That's right. Absolutely. You're a frequent flyer.
Well, I like to see what you're doing, and I see that you've been working hard for us. You're sitting on which committees now, Bill?
I was fortunate enough to get an additional committee, so on the Small Business Committee, which is important because that's really the hub of the economy here in this district, small businesses. And we were able to change the law already. The governor just signed, the president, I've got to get over that. The president just signed a bill that I co-sponsored, the first bill I co-sponsored, to do away with the 1099 requirements, every $600 for small businesses, something that I heard from every business had to be eliminated, and we were able to do that already. So there's a little bit of good news for businesses. And then I'm on the Homeland Security Committee where I am now ranking member. That happened pretty quickly on the Oversight Subcommittee. So it's, without getting into details, which I found out already, too many things are classified, but just to put it into perspective, the Secretary of Homeland Security gave a very sobering evaluation to our committee, saying that at no time since 9/11 has this country been in more danger at home. So there's the weight of those issues are real, and we're working hard to try and keep our ourselves secure. And we face many challenges. Some of those are not known to the public. And then I was able to get on the Foreign Affairs Committee too, where I'm on the Mideast subcommittee, and you can imagine the historic, measured in centuries, kind of pan-Arab changes that are occurring there in that part of the world. So it's an exciting time. I've been fortunate to be on the hotspot committees, and I hope I can learn from it, and I hope I can do my job not only here in the district, but try and help the district to make this country and this area more secure, to increase business opportunities, and to make sure that this country is moving forward and people are back to work.
Right. How would you characterize the budget climate and the discussions that have been happening within the Beltway now?
Well, it's been disappointing to me, and I'll be quite honest with you, that it seems like the approach has been so far to create a crisis. I mean, 3 times just to fund this budget, the threats of government shutdowns. Now, I've talked to people, and I'll tell you, if someone's trying to get political advantage of that, they're naive. People want to see government run efficiently, and they want to make it a case where we're not creating additional problems in government. And the business community wants predictability, and these threats of shutdown and not moving forward, will affect our economy. So we have to, honestly, all of us, put politics aside. There's greater issues now facing our country, and we have to work together. And I've been able to do that, crossing party lines when I think that's important, and speaking up when I think the majority is going in the wrong direction. One of the First Amendment that I offered months ago now, and it's more relevant than ever, was to do away with the subsidies for oil companies. This is an absolute giveaway. And within the period we're looking at deficit reduction, it's over $40 billion of our taxpayer money just going to the most profitable corporations that are raising, the prices are raising, the profits are, this week were announced and they are at record levels, and we're subsidizing those. So I'm pushing that issue because we have to make cuts, and that's one that's just not justified at all.
Would you characterize that as a type of corporate welfare?
I'd categorize it as a vestige of special interest. It came about as part of an effort years ago to try and keep manufacturing in the United States, but somehow they were able to get themselves included in that, and it still remains. And again, we have to be looking at areas where we can cut.
Well, we certainly appreciate you being our watchdog from the local district up there down in the district. Thank you for your time, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.